The temperatures outside routinely topping 100 degrees, but we are inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. That sound of the big red siren brings the Cardinals and their fans to action. Today, a good battle in the NFC. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Arizona Cardinals. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you, the kicker, Chad Ryland. Gonna get things started. Off we go from Glendale. And he'll get this to the 24-yard line, and that's where the opening drive of the game will begin. And Greg, the Falcons offense comes out led by Tua Tagovailoa, who came over to Atlanta after 6 seasons with the Dolphins.
You know, isn't it just funny how fast the league changes, Mike? I mean, just take a look a couple years back. In Miami, Mike McDaniel comes in as the new head coach and offensive play caller. Tua, that Dolphins offense was as good of an offense, as explosive an offense we've ever seen, and kind of fell apart over the last couple years, but that's what Atlanta sees. They think that in the right system with the right weapons, they can bring back out the best of Tua, and tell you what, if they hit on this, they're going to look like geniuses.
Well, hopefully for the offense, that's a good sign of things to come. How about 17 yards on the ground to start the game? On first down, right back to Robinson. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. 12 more yards from him there, and another first down.
First down, Atlanta.
Well, no surprise that BIJAN picks up that first down, and the Falcons offense continues to run through him, and for good reason. I mean, he might be one of the best all-round players in the league. Led the NFL in yards from scrimmage a season ago, and wouldn't be surprised to see him near the top again this year.
Matt Wilson on the tackle. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Cardinals' 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. London brought in motion. Now Tua taps it forward, and he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Well, you can tell that the defense had seen that play on game tape, and they were ready for it. They tried to do a little jet sweep pop pass out of the gun. Defense was all over it. Nowhere to go, no gain.
On third down, it's Robinson. A gain there of 10 yards. It's good for a Falcon first down.
Typically in a third down situation like this, Mike, you're thinking pass. But give credit to this offensive play caller. He flips his tendencies upside down, keeps the ball on the ground. Not only does he get a fresh set of downs, they pick up good yardage.
Play fake to Robinson. Now it's Tua. That's Hooper open right side. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Tagovailoa working out of the pistol. That's caught left side by Pitts. And he'll be out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that one. First down, Atlanta.
First down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
Oh, the blitz overwhelming the offensive line. And down he goes. Watson to drop it. It's a loss of 8. Come to the line, got some work to do now. It is 2nd and long. London brought in motion. A shotgun snap for Tua. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
3rd and long. Here's Tua. This ball batted away. That's incomplete. Buda Baker with the coverage defensively, able to break that one up.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable, and as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8, and he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. It is season 11 for the man bringing out the Cardinals offense, Jacoby Brissett, originally drafted by the Patriots in 2016. Cardinals now his 6th NFL team.
And, Mike, here's a quarterback that just continues to show up. Now, he might show up in a different uniform every season, but, man, he just continues to show up. He plays steady ball, and teams and coaches know they can trust him, right? He's the guy that you can turn to when your season hasn't gone according to plan or your starting quarterback is out for an extended period of time. And, you know, throughout his long career, he's continued to be a reliable backup. He's been a starter, and he's just a really good teammate and a trustworthy quarterback. So they try to throw a little bit of a curveball. We see him throw it to this guy a lot. Now, in this case, they hand it to him, thinking they can catch the defense off guard and generate a big play. And let's give a lot of credit to the defense. They were ready for it, they were prepared for it, and they held it to a modest gain.
McBride is the motion man. Play action, and here's Brissett. Out of the backfield, it's Jeremiah Love. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
They put Wilson in motion. He'll try to pick it up with Love. It's a gain of 12 there. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
Yeah, a nice run there. And, you know, during the offseason, I think a lot of experts, Mike, they said Jeremiah Love, he might be the best overall player in the draft. And, you know, pretty clear that the Cardinals thought he was, taking him 3rd overall, making him the highest drafted running back since Saquon Barkley.
They'll have it 1st and 10. They put Wilson in motion. And they're not going to snap it. We have come to the end of the first quarter of play. Second quarter starts. Cardinals in possession of the football as they've got it with 1st and 10. That's Harrison in motion. A run, and Love. Ooh, well, now you see him, now you don't. Good juke move there, and a gain of 6.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide-open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for, and I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
He'll find Love out of the backfield, and he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. They hook up again, second time on this drive, and this one's good for 18 yards and a first down. Working out of the gun, here's Brissett. That is caught. What a throw. Michael Wilson. Touchdown, Arizona.
And that was just a great drive. Really from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Chad Ryland now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Cardinals move out to a 7-3 lead.
Makes the score Cardinals 7, Falcons 3.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. On the return, it's Tyler Goodson. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's BIJAN Robinson, and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
Number 7, BIJAN Robinson, the ball carrier. He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 7. They'll go again with Robinson. And this will be a Falcons 1st down as he's able to get it up to the 37-yard line.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
BIJAN Robinson, and he will go all the way. BIJAN Robinson, touchdown Falcons.
And this is the conversation that surrounds the topic of running the ball in the NFL. Mike, if you're going to rely on scoring on 10, 11, 12 play drives and then fight it out in the red zone, there's a lot of pressure on that red zone offense. It's going to be very hard to accumulate a lot of points, but when you can be explosive and you can score from a ways out, that's the sign of the most impactful run game, and big-time play there.
The veteran Nick Folk here for the extra point. He's got it, and the Falcons are on top. It's now 10-7.
Falcons 10, Cardinals 7.
After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard
The Cardinals offense and receiver Michael Wilson headed back onto the field. They'll start out first down and 10. They put Wilson in motion. Off the bootleg, here's Brissett. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
And he'll take this up to the 48-yard line. Sidney Brown, they're on the tackle.
At his 48-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6. On play action, Brissett. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
He'll try and set up the screen to Love. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. So on 4th down, it's Blake Gillikin to punt for Arizona. That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. Here's BIJAN Robinson and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him. And your offensive line has had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. On first down, here's Tagovailoa to throw. And not liking anything downfield, he'll just get this to the sideline. It is incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Pitts is the man in motion. On the handoff, it's Robinson. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop. Talk things over before 3rd down.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Now a timeout charge to Arizona. That is their 2nd, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. Falcons going to send out their new punter here in 2026, Jake Bailey, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. Oh, but he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Cardinals offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
A gain of 10 yards.
First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
10 at the 42-yard line.
Operating from the gun is Brissett. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find the receiver, and down he goes.
At some point, you would just like to see that internal clock start to speed up. The longer the play goes on, the more vulnerable you become as the quarterback. Get rid of the ball, but no matter what, you have to avoid the sack.
Now, Brissett. He gets that to his big target, Trey McBride. And they're into field goal range now, as he's got the first down at the 26-yard line.
That's good.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Throwing on second down, Brissett. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. Card's going to signal for their third and final timeout, and it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. Now, it's Brissett. And he is forced to throw this one away. It is incomplete. Defense does a nice job staying tight to those receivers and brings us to fourth down.
Needless to say, there aren't many plays on the call sheet for that down and distance, so instead of doing something crazy and forcing a ball into coverage, he realizes that primary read wasn't there, throw this ball away, and puts an end to this drive.
Ryland's kick is good, and the Cardinals will tie this game up here late in the first half. So, the late field goal brings us level. Final few seconds before halftime as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Here's 2. Loading up, launching downfield. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen here with an abridged version of the halftime report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you. Second half drawing near. So good to have you back on EA Sports. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line. The Cards offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. Low-scoring game, all time, third quarter, and a touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Love. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. 18 yards the gain there. What a way to begin the third quarter.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground, and here's Love. He steers clear of first tackler, working his way forward for a gain of about 4.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 6. McBride is the motion man. They'll go play action here with Brissett. That's to the right side. Caught by McBride. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21. It's an Arizona first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here's Love. Trying to find somewhere to go, but the defense with other ideas. They stop him. That'll be no gain.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. He'll step up and run this. And he'll wind up with a short pickup as he slides to a stop. And that's going to bring up 3rd down.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Brissett. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. Here's BIJAN Robinson and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. And we'll give you a look at some of the highlights. He's had a number of them over that magic mark, over 100 yards on the ground, including a rushing touchdown. He has been a handful for the defense right throughout. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. Not much there, maybe a yard.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
It is 2nd and 9. play action. It's Tagovailoa. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. Third down coming up.
Contrary to what all of the fans at home think, I don't have rooting interest in any of these games. But as you know, when it comes to tight ends, there's no bigger fan than this guy right here. I want to see them be able to connect, especially on those big plays downfield.
Throwing on third down, Tagovailoa. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up fourth down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
The Cardinals offense ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. They put Wilson in motion. On the ground, here is Love to begin this drive. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
The tackle by Jalen Walker. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Love. He's got it. That's a first down at the cross midfield and down to the 47-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Once again, it's Love. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. Looks like we have an injured Falcon on this play. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Momentum building here on this drive. They go again, 1st and 10. Brissett. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
They'll try to set up the screen here. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
A gain of 1.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
From the shotgun on 3rd down, Brissett. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cardinals are going to take the lead. It's now 13-10.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
So Ryland now, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. On the return is Goodson. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
At their own 28-yard line.
A pitch to Robinson. And he'll be brought down, but what a run. Down to the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 32. First down, Falcons.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll begin the 4th by giving it to Robinson. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
Well, the defense gets a rare win. We've seen this ball carrier have his way on the ground pretty much all day today, Mike. And give credit to the defense. They were able to get back in the backfield with some penetration and bring him down for a loss.
Pitts is the man in motion. From the gun, here's Tua. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender, bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, but we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
That's to Pitts, the tight end. It'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. It's going to bring up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet in bounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
Field goal. A 55-yard attempt.
And this one is off the mark. It is no good. And the deficit will stay right where it is.
And that could very well wind up being a critical miss. I mean, you've got to be able to rely on your kickers at this stage of the game. But he can't come through. And this one stays a 3-point game.
They'll run straight ahead with Love. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
That's Harrison in motion. Nothing doing there. He's going to go down behind the line.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Throwing, Brissett. He'll fire one deep for Harrison. And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
The Cardinals lining up for a punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth-quarter lead. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Falcons offense ready to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On the give, it's Robinson. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
Cody Simon on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 24-yard line.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 8. The man in motion is Zacchaeus. Another run here for Robinson. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Playing close quickly. Here comes 3rd down.
Watching him throughout this game has been incredible, Mike. I mean, I've loved watching him perform. The reality is it just hasn't impacted the outcome of the game. It's really been a wasted individual effort unless they can somehow find a way to flip this thing around.
That's complete. He's got it to London. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. It's good for a Falcon 1st down.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In 4th quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. Tua gonna hold on to this. Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Andrew Wingard on the tackle.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run with Robinson. They will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They pick him up and throw him down for a loss.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw.
And he will go down under the pressure. They got him. That puts a serious dent into any chances of mounting a comeback. They'll turn it over on downs.
So you roll the dice on offense and you fail. But now you can't give up. Your defense has to go out there and get a stop. You have all 3 timeouts. You have time to get the ball back one more time on offense. So now your defense needs to answer the bell and give your offense one more shot.
They'll run the drop. Here's Love. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Now a timeout. Atlanta. That's their 1st. And they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play.
2nd and 6.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And That's exactly what they've been able to do.
It is 2nd and 6. Higgins sent in motion. Play action, and here's Brissett. That one knocked away in the end zone, incomplete. What a good job locating the football by the defense where it matters most, and it'll bring up third down now.
6 yards to go.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think there, fortunately, this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
Quick throw, and it's going to wind up incomplete. That is the run-pass option. Choose pass. Defender able to close it down and bring up 4th down.
Just a really nice effort by the defense to challenge him right at the catch point. It's really the timing of the contact that really is able to dislodge the ball, and they get a fresh set of downs to work with if he's able to hold on to it. But because of the hit, he can't squeeze it, and now they find themselves looking at 4th down. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So Ryland now, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. On the return is Goodson. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So it is Tua. Here comes Tagovailoa and the Falcon offense. Trailing by 6. A minute 4 on the clock. How will this play out? We'll watch. They come up for 1st down. The man in motion is Zacchaeus. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And this will be a Falcons 1st down as the tackle is made just shy of the 40. Falcons go ahead and take their 2nd timeout. Get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining, and it's 1st and 10. Dotson, the man in motion. Tua now on 1st down. The open receiver is Dotson.
Pass complete to Jahan Dotson. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
Here is 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap for Tua. Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throw away, and he's taken down. Now the Falcons will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds remaining on the clock.
3rd and 14.
And the crowd a major factor now as we get to 3rd down. A pistol set with Tagovailoa. And they continue to go backwards. He is sacked again.
Sacks just continue to be a huge problem all game long, and it's just a brutal time to take one. Now, I understand it's easier said than done, but you've got to find a way as the quarterback to throw that ball away.
One last throw here for Tua. This is caught. He's got a long way to go. And he'll be taken down, and that is going to do it. Oh, the comeback falls short. Time runs out. This game is over. So it's a win for the Cardinals. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the second half. No points allowed, and they cruised to victory. Watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win here in the desert for the Cardinals as we say, so long from Glendale.